Excel is a great tool, and it's not just for numbers. It'll handle text, dates, times, email addresses, and a host of scientific formula. Yes, it's a big, complex piece of software that takes some time to learn, but don't be daunted or put off by that. Let's start by opening a new Excel workbook. It's called Workbook because you can have a large number of connected pages or sheets. Each sheet is a collection of cells arranged in rows and columns. Excel identifies each cell by its column and row number. This is cell C4. This one is E6. A cell can contain a single piece of information, a number, a date, a time, a string of text, which are all values, or it can contain a formula to manipulate those values. Let's look at a simple example. I have a list of 6 names in column C. Against each name is a row of 3 numbers. They could represent anything: wages, attendance, exam marks, and so on. I can add the numbers in the first row using the sum tool like this. I click on the next empty cell in the row, which is where I want the answer to appear. Then click on the sum tool, and it tells me the range of cells it'll add together. Then I simply click enter, and the sum tool adds them together and puts the answer in the empty cell I've selected. Now, if I want to do the same for each row, all I need to do is to click cell G6 to select it, grab that little anchor box down in the right-hand bottom corner, and drag downwards. Excel automatically applies the same action to each row. Easy. Now let's add the column totals using the same tool. To help visually, let's add a couple of border lines to show that these are sums and not part of the data. First, select the cells you want to surround with a border. Next, click on the Borders tool here and open the drop-down menu. Select a suitable border and you're done. Now let's add the numbers in the first column in the same way, using the Sum tool. Now, let's drag the answer cell horizontally to sum up the other 2 columns. Job done. That Sum tool is really useful. Let's add another number to each row. To subtract, I click an empty cell in the row, then click the Sum tool to activate it. I click the number I want to subtract from, click the minus sign, then click the number I want to subtract. Excel builds the equation as I go. You can see it in the little toolbar here. Now, when I press return, Excel subtracts 3 from 114, puts the answer, 111, in the empty cell, and moves the active cell to the next row down. To do the same for each row, all I need to do is to grab the anchor and drag downwards. It's very useful if you have a large number of rows. For multiplication, it's a similar process. Click on an empty cell, click on the Sum tool to activate it, and click on the first number. Click the multiply symbol, the star, and click on the second number. Click enter, and Excel does it for you. And again, drag down to complete the set. And finally, let's divide the row total by the added number. Simply select an empty cell for the answer, activate the Sum tool, click on the number to be divided, click on the division symbol, click on the second number, press enter, and it's done. And again, let's drag down to complete the set. Now what we notice here is that the division sum has created a range of numbers all with different lengths. You can format your columns to show the same decimal range. Simply click on the column name to select all the cells in that column, in this case column I, or just the numbers you want to format. Go to the Format selector here and click Number. It automatically formats each cell to 2 decimal points. And you can change the number of decimal places shown by clicking one of these 2 buttons here. Whilst the number you see is adjusted mathematically to the nearest decimal, the full number stays the same, so you're not losing any data. Now that you've made a start, you can find many helpful Excel tutorials by Googling for what you need. eTop Technology. We're here to help. If you like these videos, please visit our channel for more helpful how-tos and subscribe.